Beth has asked a question over the internet. She would like to know how to get over a trauma.
Welcome, Beth. Thank you for your question. Trauma. Yes, we have traumatized parts for sure. Some more so than others. My dear Beth, and to all of you who have some trauma that you are dealing with, the first thing we want to say is that those traumatized parts of you are not all of who you are. They are a part of your current experience, maybe in your present, perhaps in your past, or some of both. And for some of you who feel so very traumatized in your lives, and it doesn't seem to measure up because the trauma that you feel inside doesn't seem equal to the situation, that is because you have unresolved trauma from past lives coming to bear. So the first thing we want to say to you, dear, is that you are more than just your traumatized parts. You see, Beth, dear, your soul is perfect, whole, untouched. It is pristine. It is wise. It is the place where all that is holy and good and perfect in the universe resides, right in the center of your chest. And yes, you have traumatized parts that need comfort and healing and restoration. And there is something inside of you, in this soul of you, that has exactly what the traumatized part of you needs. And so, my dear, what we would say is this: allow your soul to be your own loving parent. We would say, with very few exceptions, most humans have some trauma from their mother and or father in varying degrees. And all humans need some degree of reparenting. And this may sound a little harsh, and we don't mean it to be, but it is true that the reason this phenomenon exists is because if you had perfect parents, you would have absolutely no drive or desire to establish a relationship with your Father, Mother, God. So there is, dear one, inside of you, in your soul, this precious bit of the Father and Mother God, which can rise up in you in wisdom and grace and love, and begin to love and reparent the parts of you that are so traumatized. And so when your fearful parts cry or want to withdraw or lash out in rage or whatever, you see, this is what we long for you to understand. All of those parts are fearful parts. Those fearful parts can play out in a myriad of ways: shyness, withdrawal, rage, violence, anger, depression. It doesn't matter what label or face or manner it takes. It's still a fearful part. And so it is okay to have these parts. Love them like you would love a child. If a child came to you and the child was afraid, let's say a very young child, you would not scold it. You would hold it and comfort it and be there and listen. And so your soul can take the helm here, the part of you that is ancient and wise and beautiful, and you may begin to love and reparent your fearful parts. And let's say you've had zero, perhaps, or very little experience in the third and fourth dimension of a loving parent or figure. So you may say, well, I have no idea how to do it. Well, you can ask yourself, what do I think? What do I think a loving parent might do right now? And so if you're feeling weepy or exhausted or stressed, ask yourself, what would a loving parent do for a little child that was feeling weepy or exhausted or stressed? And then do that thing for yourself. And if you do this long enough, your frightened, traumatized parts will begin to feel safe and cared for. And they will stop acting out quite so much, you see, because they know that there's someone home. Daddy's home, mommy's home. There's someone home inside of you that's going to look after them, you see. We hope that answers your question, at least in part, enough to get you started.